So today we're going to be talking about negotiation. Now this topic came about at one time when we were doing a mentorship class. One guy said we need to learn about how to negotiate. Now you are actually trained into a negotiator. And this is one thing that I always say. The more, if you have played video games before, the first day you play a video game, you lose. But the more you play the game, you become better and you go to the next level. Yes? Come on, say yes. Yes. Okay. Unless if there's somebody who's never played a video game. All right. So your hand going, okay. All right. So the more you practice, so if you are going to be a master in negotiation, you have to be negotiating every day. And you have to practice these skills. So these skills are giving you the platform so that you are able to negotiate. This week alone, I don't know what I've negotiated. I've negotiated my rentals. I've negotiated cars. I've just sold my house. I've negotiated the price of that house. I've negotiated with the bank. I've negotiated with the lawyers. I'm suing somebody. I'm negotiating all the time. Most of you are not moving and earning what you're supposed to earn because you do not know how to negotiate. And now I'm here to say that negotiation is a skill that is a must in business. It's a what? It's a must. Now, these are the negotiating outcomes that are there. When you're negotiating, either you lose or the other party that you are negotiating with wins. It's either you both lose. And there are instances where you both lose. And as Africans, we love the lose mentality. But I always say that when you are negotiating, what you are aiming for is a win-win. You are looking for a win because if you win and the other person lose, you might win that deal, but you lose that friend for life. And what you don't understand that if you don't win, if we don't do a win-win, the next deal I will never give you. I will give you this deal because I have to for now. But there's what is called the lifetime worth of a person. Suppose I'm a barber and you come to me. My barber is charging $40 now. Okay? So if we negotiate and he doesn't want to negotiate and I leave, okay, like what I've done today, I left $40. Because the other time I was in my office, I said, I've just had a haircut, $40. The secretary came on and said, why are you coming? I want to see what kind of hairstyle. And it was just this. It was just, I thought maybe it was some that had been done. It was just plain. So $40, you know that that's a bit hefty, isn't it? Okay? Now, I might negotiate with that guy. And if he says no, it means that he will lose me. But he has not just lost $40 for that day. He has lost $40 or $30 every other week for the next 50 years. So if you look at that money, some of you are actually losing money because you go for a win-lose. You only want to win now, but you do not know the lifetime value of that person. And whenever you're negotiating, say, what is this guy? What is this person? What is this network? What is this company worth to me in the long term? Business people think in the future. You don't think now. The other time I was called for a meeting, and it was at Stewart Bank, Stewart Health. And in that meeting, I saw that I was getting fried. I was in the boardroom. The CEO was there. The two MDs were there. And I was there. When I came out of that meeting, I knew that I was fried. Because I could see that the people that were sitting on the opposite side of the table, they had better negotiating tools, they had done their homework, they had practiced, and they were beating me all the way, and I lost the deal. And this is when I said, never again will I go into a boardroom and I do not know what I'm talking about. No, it's better for you not to have the meeting, postpone the meeting until you go through what I'm teaching you, so that when you're in that meeting, people know that you know what you know. What do you have to negotiate? Some people say, I don't have anything to negotiate. Listen, you can negotiate on price. You can negotiate on service. You can negotiate on paying terms. You can negotiate on discounts. You can negotiate on timing. You can negotiate them on extras. You can negotiate on conditions. You can negotiate on documents, contracts, follow-up. You can negotiate on anything. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can negotiate on anything. What is negotiating? What is negotiation? Negotiation is the process in which 2 or 3 parties are interacting. But when those parties are interacting, when they go to the negotiating table, each and everybody is thinking about themselves. Because people are what? Are selfish. So these are two selfish people, two selfish parties involved, but they know that they have to be involved in this together. So these are people that need to jointly be involved in an outcome, but initially have got different what? Objectives. So it's a process by how? By argument, by persuasion. You resolve the differences until you come to a mutually acceptable position. By what? By argument. By what? By persuasion. Which means that if you are going to be a negotiator, you must be able to argue. If you are a negotiator, you must be able to persuade. Number one, rule of negotiation. You negotiate everything. Until you are rich, until you are a multi-millionaire, you negotiate everything. You challenge everything. When somebody gives you a price, somebody gives you a position, there's always an alternative position. Number two, laws of negotiating. Is this helping somebody? You must be assertive. The word assertive, it means you must know what you want. You must be firm. People must not have a second guess of why you are here. So when you sit down, you must be assertive. You ask what you want and you refuse to take no for an answer. That's being assertive. So do not let the other person tell you what they want, because when they tell you what they want first, they mindset your mind. So if suppose you are selling a cap or you are selling this book, can I use your book? So you say this book is going for $100. The moment you tell me it's $100, I'm now negotiating from 100. But if you say I'm looking for a book for 60, he's now negotiating from 60. But if I'm negotiating from 100, because he set my mind by saying what they want first, they will control my mind. I'm now negotiating from their position. Number three, when you're negotiating, a lot of us think that when you're negotiating, you must be a salesman. You should just be talking. You must actually shut up and listen. Say what? Don't love your voice too much. Negotiators are detectives. So I want to know. So what you want to do is you want to ask the questions. You want to ask probing questions and then shut up and let the person talk. As the person talks, they will always give you clues about their real price. And the rule is you listen 70%, you talk 30%. The one who talks the more will be releasing clues. So you investigate everything that you want to buy. You need to investigate the prices, investigate the fees, who is paying what are the lowest, what are the middle of the road, what are the high prices. You must investigate. You never go to an investor, to a negotiating table with you not having the what? The facts. Have the ability to walk away. Have the ability to what? To walk away. It's called the Broadlaw's Law. You never negotiate without options. Never negotiate without options. If it means you are going to wear the old suit, but never have no options with another option. And never tell the person that you're negotiating with that there's no other option. There is always, the only other, no other option is Jesus. Everything else has got an option. Everything else has got an option. So you never limit yourself and say you've got no options. You never negotiate with no options. So when you go there, you must know that if it goes beyond this, I'll walk away. If this person is not going to pay this price, I'm not going to take it. This is the list. You must have a walk-away clause and say, I'm able to walk away. It's better for me not to conclude. I'm not going to do this. Never appear desperate. Number 4, don't be in a hurry. One of the things that I've developed is that I've lost money every time I'm in a hurry. Most of you are too hurry. You need it now. Don't be in a hurry. If you hurry, you get the worst deal. If you hurry, you make mistakes. If you hurry, you cannot be flexible. Be optimistic. Be optimistic. When you are going into and you are declaring your position, declare your best position. Because you receive what you ask. If you don't ask, you will never receive. Don't expect the person to guess what is the best for you. You tell them what is the best for you, what is the optimum for you. So I'm very optimistic. If you talk to me, I'm an optimistic person. If you tell me where Zimbabwe is going, I'll tell you Zimbabwe is going great. We're going to make more money. Don't tell me. I was even telling the people that even if the rate goes to 10 or 20, well, we are supposed to be here making money and running businesses here. Why? Because I've never seen a country that closed. Focus on the other person's pressure points. If you know them, investigate. If you are buying something new, investigate who is this person. Show the other side that their needs will be met. Now, this is how the win-win situation is. So when you are negotiating, even though I negotiate hard, I push hard, I also allow the person to see the other side, that I understand what they are feeling. I say, listen, what is it that you want to achieve? Isn't this what you want to achieve? If I give you this, you achieve it. I also achieve my things, you achieve. And so it's not just the price, it's you achieving what you want. And this is where most people, when they are negotiating, they lose it. Sometimes I will do something and make a decision, not because I want the prize, but there's something that I want to achieve. Are you getting what I'm saying? So if it means this thing is $100, but right now there's something which is more important than $100, but it costs $50. I can let go of this thing for $50 so that I can achieve what I want. So I will not say I want $100 and not achieve what I want and be left with this thing. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of you are in positions where you don't achieve what you must, trying to preserve a price. When you're negotiating, it must be a give and take. Most of you give. You must give and take. Whenever you give something, the other party must also give something. Okay, if you want to maintain your price, then give me, I'll pay instead of 3 months, I'll pay over 6 months. It will be the same price, but over 6 months. It's a give and take. Don't take it personal. Are you getting what I'm saying? If somebody is rude in that business, don't take it too personal. It's just a business deal. Are you getting what I'm saying? So don't take it personal. Set limits. When you're going into a negotiation, have your lowest price, have your highest price. And say, good, I will not go beyond this, I will not go beyond that. Already set limits. Please negotiate with the right person. You go to a company, you negotiate with the guard. What I would take over is no, boss was so weird. Are you getting what I'm saying? So when you negotiate, you want to know. So when I'm negotiating with my banker, I go to my banker and say, good, what limit can you give me at this bank? If you cannot give me that limit, tell me the person I need to talk to who can give me that limit. You must know the level of the person that you're negotiating with. Can they make the decision and can they negotiate what you're negotiating at? Number 13, you must always be observing your opponent. When you are at a negotiating table, somebody is nodding their head. They are in agreement. Because you're negotiating with people, you're not negotiating with computers, you are dealing with emotions. And I'm able to speak about that because I'm a psychiatrist. That's what I do. Teach you, study emotions. Listen to emotions. Just like right now, listen.